brother Benjamin. That's how I stick to him. These diamond B's, all BBs, I call them Vivica. Skating underneath the bridge, stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids, ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins. I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid. 800, eat a.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister.
Yeah.
This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my rhymes, you can go ask Jennifer. That's my mom's name. I create and find change. My mind frame ensures that forever I reign.
Got your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Today we've got an interesting.
Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 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 I hope y'all can nest double E, cause I need your eyes on me. Once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can STOP. Can I make a scene like a movie, feeling big, keep it juicy before we start getting unruly. I've been hooping like a hoolie, keep it coolie before I stuff you in a locker like a bully. Like a bully. Put in the work, you can see my fingernail dirt. I'm the last one to leave, even when I come first. Yeah, you might want it bad, but I'm sure I want it worse. I'ma do it cause I love it, I'ma love it till it hurts. What's the worst that can happen, Captain? I'm strapped in, no I'm not crazy, I'm just tapped in. Hungry like I'm fasting, I'm about that action, no slacking. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, cause here come the pain. No one to call up for help, no one to blame but yourself. You should've known better, however you did it, so we had to come ring your bell. Like I need a ward, wait until I score, make it rain till it pour. I'm a dog on fours, put in work like a chore till I'm underneath the floor, in the trenches like a war. If they want to give a more.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Baltimore Ravens. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Young wasting no time, right to the air. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Miles Sanders' first carry of the game. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. They go play action. Young. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, staring at a fourth down. Well done.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. On the move to his left. And he rips that one incomplete there.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. The Ravens at 5-4 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
They'll go again with Dobbins. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. Jackson will keep it. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they are back down at 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Young. And this one is incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Young to throw it. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
That throw by Young incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. The slot man in motion right. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll give them a fresh set of downs.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They go back to the ground with Sanders. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Play action. Now Jackson. Rolling to his left. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Rolling to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Yetur Gross-Matos with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. On fourth down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. Taken in at the 22. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Young off the play fake.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
Touchdown, Carolina.
Anthony Schwartz.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Panthers have moved out in front.
Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Take it in at the 3.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. And a lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
They go play action with Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And he fires one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And Young's throw there incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
79 Broncos.
On play action, Young. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't even get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. Now Jackson. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. First down, Young. And Sharp calls it in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. 3 yards remain for second down. Throwing is Jackson. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Play action. It's Jackson. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Here we go, here we go. 50 Bobcat, 50 Bobcat. Go.
Following the interception, Young flushed out right. And this is caught on the sideline, and he gets out of bounds as well. How about that? That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
The kick by Piñeiro is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. Taking in at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And that has to be so frustrating because you know that they had something set up there for this first drive of the second half. It wasn't the fumble.
Sometimes no matter what you go over at halftime, no matter what you say, errors will result. And that's exactly what happened here. They were trying to change things from what happened in the first half. Instead, they continue to make mistakes.
Oh, the jet sweep to start the drive. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
This has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like run.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead.
Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Jackson's throw on target to Godwin here.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Right back to Chris Godwin.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up second down. They go play action now. Jackson.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll leave it with a 3rd and 2.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
They're going for it with Dobbins.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. To throw is Jackson.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10.
Report!
Here's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Von Bell. And the Panthers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's second down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get good.
He's got a man complete. A big play there for Carolina. And even 50 yards.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. 60 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where...
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback. Scoring on the sneak from a yard out. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. Take it in at the 3.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson now. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Fourth down, here's Jackson.
He's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. Now it's Jackson. Campbell making the catch. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
No surprise to see him running again here. Is something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he will find his man on the outside. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen.
He's got a man complete. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 56 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Young. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
This is up and good from Pinheiro, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator,
You never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. From the 41, Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a 1st down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stick.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Here's Sanders. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12.
Let's go, let's go.
Young. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. And that'll go to cancel out a very nice return on the punt.
And that one was a hold. And I don't know what the percentages are between holding calls and illegal blocks in the back, but both of them go a long way towards wiping out nice returns.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And now here is another interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. And they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores, all him throwing the football, he's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They're going option play on third down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Tucker able to connect on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So this one is over. A victory.